So hey everyone, let's see what we have today. So today we will discover about CDN, okay, which is known as Content Delivery okay Network. Right. So as a basic example, uh, we know in computer science that there is a server. Okay. Now one side is our web application. Okay. And one side is the user device. Right. Okay. This web application is stored anywhere like static files, okay, like our HTML, CSS, JavaScript, or any other file that is stored at anywhere. It loads into server, okay, and server delivery to our user device or end device, you can say. Alright, it is a basic computer science fundamental how this internet serves. It's okay, it's fine if there is one user or multiple users nearby your home, and it's fine, it's good. I can say you don't need to have server if anyone is living. If you have 10 to 15 users, then you just can use your local host. This is a trick, and then you can use N0 to serve directly from your home computers, right? So it's just a basic thing. Now let's see. You are a startup, you're a company. Now you have multiple users, right? Okay. And this is another scenario. Now this is one user device. Now let's say this server will contain to many multiple devices. Okay, let's say 1,000 users. Okay, let's say we have now 1,000 users. Now we need to serve content to everybody. Okay, now this 1,000 users will give a request to the server for application to load, right? Now this web application will come to the server and process it for 1,000 times. If it is uh, sequential request, then it's okay, it will go one by one. But if it is concurrent request, okay, concurrent request mean at a time 1,000 requests will come. Then if this is a 5 MB file to be processed, then in server it is 5 into 1,000, 5,000 MB of file to be processed, and this 1,000 users is very less, I think. Okay, because there will be many requests, and there will be many users, 10,000 users, 10,000, 1 lakh users, like. Okay, so for now it's fine. Now what I will say, now users is growing, right? And uh, users is growing, and you have multiple web applications. Okay, let's say you have different language and different regions web application that need to serve different okay, let's say one is your prime customer, one is your ordinary user. Okay, then from prime user you need to serve a different website. Okay, on location basis you can load websites. So in this server, this is your central server, right? All the load will be hit here. So at a point this server will have load greater than its capacity, because this number will get increased. Okay, now you will say I will plant more servers here. How many you will do? The day by day the users will increase and your file size will increase if your service will increase, day by day it will increase. So it is not possible to scale it vertically, right? Because vertical scaling is not possible here, and it's not good also, right? You right. So what you have to do now? See one thing here. You can say this device, if loading application, okay, and this device is loading an application, then some basic things, okay, not everything will be same always, but some basic thing will be same, okay, like the your some theme or some user input styles or some UI, that will be same, the data will be different, or some image will be different. So what you will do, you will make a cache, okay, at this server, you will make a cache, and whatever you will do, whenever a request will hit to a server, you will request this web application from first, you will check it, and in case if there is any but any stored element here for this web application, if it is, serve it from cache. This means what? Cache is a temporary memory location, okay, in this server. You will store after processing. When the first request hit web application, the output or the files, modified files, will be stored in the cache. Whenever there is a request, it will just serve the cache. Okay. Now, by this, the amount of processing it requires will decrease. Okay. Now, one problem we have solved. Like now, there will be not very much. So, how much we can do? Because this is a temporary location, mean it needs memory. So, it also has some limitations, right? Okay. So, what also we can do? Now you can say, I will not store in cache like in store, but also I will store in this device itself. Okay. Now the best example for this, now turn off the data of your YouTube, right? The browser, and just open the YouTube. You will see a blank YouTube page like a slide bar or bar. There will be nothing, but the data will be here, will be present in YouTube. Okay, because YouTube cached some of its element in your device. Okay, now it's good, but you cannot store everything here because there is limitation in edge devices. Okay, which processing but low, maybe some device processing but higher. Okay, so you cannot rely on this. And if you delete the cache or history, then this will get deleted, right? So we need some better solution here. And another thing you can say, uh, right, another situation, if here is a server, let's say server is in India, but your user is in US, Canada, okay, England, right, or you can take, let's say China, okay, in different locations, and the distance, okay, will be vary, and you know this data travels with some medium, okay, because in there it will go to your ISP, it will go to internet exchange platforms, okay, from there it will go to the different, okay, destination. So Chance the data will cover will be different. So if it is in India, if it is 20 millisecond to reach, then for US it will be greater than 100 millisecond. For Canada it can be about 90 milliseconds. Okay, so 100 millisecond is a very big time. Now user experience will go bad. Now you cannot rely on users cache. If you have a global cache here, then this problem will not go. Every user will get at a minimum amount of time. So here the CDN will come. The CDN is content delivery network, means he will deliver the content to its nearby places. So the CDN providers are actually uh, set up servers all around the world. Like in US, here one CDN, right? In Canada here there is one CDN. England also there will be one CDN. China there will be one CDN, right? So whenever you will ask something, your request will go to the first CDN, right? It will not hit directly to the server. Okay. Now CDN will check for the content. It is available or not. If it is available, it will return the content. Otherwise, if you send the request to the server will return the data and it will store it in CDN, then return. So so next time we'll cover, or if there is a web application right here, you can store the web application here and here and here. Okay. So there will be, if there are static files like HTML, CSS, it's no processing, just you will save it in CDN and it will deliver it. Okay. So now you can understand the CDN is so that now the load on the server will decrease in load on server, right? And also decrease in load time on user device. Okay. Now round trip time will also decrease. What is round trip time? Your request will go, the response will come. The total time is round trip time for all the locations your come. And there is one another benefit of CDN for security. In the previous case, okay, okay, in the previous, uh, let's say this device, uh, there is an, I think, our global case we have written global cache, right? And there is only one server. If we have to restrict it for some country or for some specific IP addresses, then those traffic will go to our actual server and then it will be filtered. Now, if some malicious okay request will go directly to the server, then it will be harmful. And but CDN is not linked to our server; it's an external site, right? Some request is coming here, then we can filter out based on IP addresses or location, so that the malicious requests will not go to the server. Okay, so we can increase the security also. Okay, now this is all about our CDN. I think you have understood it. Or then you can comment below. I'll sure look into it. Okay, now thank you. Let's meet with another concept.